Hello everybody, we are back again on online. If we manage putting that still, yeah, I think we're good to go. I hope so. Let's see. Yeah, we are broadcasting definitely. I'm very sorry about that. We praised Facebook this morning, but unfortunately here we go back again, disappointment. But that said, that's okay. So let's go on with our video. I just turned off the cooker because I had to attend to that. I realized the broadcast was interrupted, but that said, not to worry, we are back on. Let's get on with it. Okay, so I've managed turning this back again, and let's just go on with it. I'm very sorry about the interruption. But we are back on again. I think that's what we get after praising Facebook this morning for their good work and not interrupting our live video. I think that was a bit too quick for us to actually praise them. That said, we are back on. So let's get on with it. Okay, so my steak, I've managed turning it on one side. I'll just bring it closer for you to be able to see. So there we go, we have our 3 steaks there, okay? So that's cooking beautifully, which is really, really great, because that's exactly what we want. That said, don't forget that we already have our roast potatoes in, so I'm going to just remove them and we check if everything is actually okay. Okay, there are roast potatoes. They're actually okay. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and change the position, because our sausages are actually done. So there are our sausages, as you can see. They're pretty done. Moved our roast potatoes above and everything else, because I'm also going to wrap our sausages on foil paper. It's going to go under because they're actually done, so we just want them to actually be warm. That's why we are just putting them in the oven, because we don't want them to cook. They're already cooked. Okay, so back to our steak again, because we've made 3. So we have enough oil going in here, which is all right. Because it actually helps our steak not to really dry up. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap our sausages. And then immediately after that, we're going to go ahead and cut our onions on our steak, and then wrap that as well, and we'll have that in the oven. There are our sausages, they're going in the oven as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut our onion. that's our last steak. So we just go ahead and cut the whole onion. As I said earlier, you have to be very careful with this because this time the oil is really super hot and you don't want to cause any damages, to have any accidents. So just be very careful when you're doing that. Okay, so our onions are there. I'm gonna turn my steaks again the last time. Then I'm going to prepare my foil paper. And that is going to go straight in the foil paper, sorry. They're perfectly well done. Trying to turn that around, getting there, there we are. Okay, so that's our onion, and we're going to move our onion onto our meat, basically. I'm just letting the onion cook for a few minutes while I check something here. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the hob and I am going now to move my onions onto my beef and some of that lovely oil, lovely juices from the steak itself. That's perfect. A piece there, goes in there. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap that. Okay, so there we go. That's ready to go in the oven. Okay. So we are actually done with our steak. So that's it. Let's give it a quick clean up and then we go ahead and start doing our salad. So if you bear with me for a second. And I am going to try and move you back gently so that we don't make a mess and we don't actually go offline because we've just done that. Okay, I think that's, yeah, that's all right. We have actually moved. Okay, let's put the camera slightly higher and we move you slightly back. Okay, I think that's perfect. Okay, so let's get back our salad, our tray of salad that we had earlier on. So there we go. I hope you're able to see that. So what we have for our salad today is we have some rocket leaves, then we have some black and white olives and just a little bit of cheese. Then we have our cucumber, we have 2 spring onions, then we have our lettuce, then we have carrots and parsnips, then we're going to add some cashew nuts on our salad, and lastly we have some mini raisins, so we're going to add some raisins as well on there. So let me just get a bowl. So there is our bowl where everything is going to go in straight. I hope you're able to see that. So I'm going to put our bowl on this other end. So when I cut and chop everything, it goes straight in the bowl. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start with the lettuce. So green pepper, we need one of that, and we need one tomato as well. And we are also using one red chili. So let's go ahead and start with our lettuce. So just have a couple of lettuce there. I'm just gonna remove that stalk because I don't need so much stalk on my salad. And I'm just gonna cut this one in slices. Doesn't matter how you want to slice it, big, small, as long as you cut them in the best way you love them. So I'm gonna cut them like this, and then I'm gonna recut them again. So I'm gonna just turn them around and give them a quick cut again. There you go. I think that's enough. Gonna put that in my lovely bowl. And then, if I show you, there we go. Then I'm going to go with my parsnips and my carrots. And I'm gonna spread them in there. And I am going, there you go. I'm gonna give that a quick mix. Yeah, I'm using my hands today just to mix everything up because I want everything to definitely be mixed up properly. You can use salad fork and spoon if you wish to. But today I'm just going manual, going straight ahead manual. So I'm manually using my hands. Just make sure if you're manually using your hands, just make sure you wash your hands thoroughly before you do that, because you don't want to make anybody sick. Okay, so, yes, Sayla?
My neck hurts.
Your neck hurts. How comes? Here?
No, your back.
Here.
Very much.
Okay, go and lie down. And no jumping up and down. Yeah? So, there is our Tyler. Has 1,000 excuses, so that's okay. We've dealt with him. So let's go on and finish our salad. So that's spring onion, 2 spring onions gone. Let's go with our tomato. We only need 1 tomato today. And I'm going to cut that in very small slices. And I'm going to go with the next one as well. Just add that onto our lovely salad. Then I am going to go with my cucumber. I've cut it already in half. I'm going to cut it in quarters, so because I want it diced in small pieces. You don't have to have it in very small pieces. You can have it in big pieces if you wish to, because my quarter is not up to down, but there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that in small pieces. Then I do that with that one as well. We're only using like a quarter of a cucumber. Okay, so that's our cucumber done. Then I am going to open our boxes of raisins. Just going to put them here, all of them together. And the next box as well. I love my raisins, so I always try and put raisin in most of my salads because I love raisins. I buy these small ones because they are just the right portion. They are about, doesn't really say how much that is, but it's such a small box, but it's just a nice size for you to actually nibble basically, or just to have it like a snack, because it's written there it's a snack for kids, and that's what I use because that's the exact portion I want. I don't want too much or too little. For our green pepper, you need to push the stalk inside. Just keep on trying until the stalk actually goes in. Getting there, almost there. There you go. So When the stock goes in like that, today my stock has not got in exactly the way I always want it to go, because normally it goes in so perfectly, and I'm actually able to save 3/4 of my paper, because I don't want half of it is out of the seeds, because that's what I want to come out. Actually, I don't want any seeds on my paper, so I'm going to actually try and remove as much seeds as I can. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to wash that quick. Okay, we're back. That was a quick wash. We don't have the seeds, they're all out now. And I am going to go ahead and also cut these ones in very small, tiny pieces. Or actually dicing it. I'm going to dice it in tiny pieces. So, there you go. Most of the vegetables we've used today are they're actually in very small sizes, and that's what we're trying to achieve today with our salad. I'm gonna do that as well with the other slice, the other half, because we've actually just used one green paper. And we're going to go ahead and cut that as well. There's no perfect way of you doing this. As long as they're in small, tiny pieces, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to add a whole lot of this in our salad. And what we are left to add now is the olives, the cheese, and the rockets. And don't forget our roasted cashew nuts. We're going to add them in a bit. So let's go with our rockets, and we're going to just sprinkle them here, but we're going to give this a quick mixing. So I'm going to go ahead and add my olives and my cheese, and last but not least, I'm going to add my cashew nuts. Just need a couple of that. Perfect. Then before I give it, oh, we've forgotten something. We forgot our chili. We need that in there as well. Gonna cut that in small slices. The bigger chilies are not really that hot. They just give a little bit of a kick, and that's what you need on your salad. You don't have to have your chilies on there if you're not fan of chili, but it's always good to have them, if you want to achieve exactly what I've achieved, you will need a little bit of chili to actually give the salad a little bit of kick, because that's what we are trying to achieve. Okay, so we need our olive oil, and I'm going to sprinkle that around. And then I'm going to give it, before I mix it, I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit. You just need a sprinkle of salt. I'm raising this high. The higher you raise when you're sprinkling salt, the less salt you use. So I've raised that high because I really needed a little bit amount of salt there. That's why I've just raised that up. If you do it a little bit low, you'll put more salt. So I don't want to put any more salt. Okay, then just go in there and mix it. You can use your spoon and your fork to do this. You don't have to use your hands. As I said, if you want to use your hands, you can use them as long as you've cleaned them thoroughly before you do this. I prefer using my hands most of the time. If you realize me doing my salads, I use my hands because I want them to actually, everything to mix up properly and fuse in. Okay? So that's definitely just a quick last mix so that you are able to see everything that's there. You can add some avocado if you wish to, but I'm going to leave my avocado because I'm going to use my avocado to make my guacamole, and that's going to be in the course of the week. I hope I'm going to be able to do the video. Hope I'm not going to be too busy this week. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to wash my hands now. our perfect salad is done. Just gonna dry off my hands. And there we go. We have our perfect salad. I hope you are able to see. And we have everything we need there. So we have cucumbers, lettuce, we have onions, so spring, okay, we have cucumber, lettuce, spring onions. We have raisins, we have cashew nuts, we have a bit of cheese, we have olives, we have carrots, and we have parsnips there. We have a little bit of salt, and we also have olive oil to just garnish the salad. And there is our salad done. So now the next step we have to do is go on and check on our roasted potatoes. Remember, our steak is done. It's just warming up in the oven. Let's go ahead and check on our roasted potatoes, and then we start setting up the area so that we can actually be able to serve the food. Perfect. Our roasted potatoes are perfectly done, as you can see.
Should I put this on the charge?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put them back in there. Just going to give it a little bit of a quick shake. And then I'm going to put them back in while we set up, because they are done anyway. Just giving it a quick mix. And then we can actually see what we've achieved today, despite the interruption we had. Very sorry about that. But we have to just learn to get used to that. The interruptions from Facebook, they are imminent. So we just learn a day at a time to get used to that, and just try as much as possible and keep on making the videos. But keeping in mind that it can actually go off anytime. Okay, so let's just give this place a quick clean up. And then we will be ready to serve our food. Okay, let's put our mats. We have one more here. I'm going to give it a quick clean up. Okay, so I am going to move you back a little bit. Just hope we're not going to have an interruption. So far, so good. Okay. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just making sure we don't have any issues whatsoever before we finish our lovely video. Okay, that's sorted. So far we have our salad. Looks lovely, which is really, really great. Pairing our surface so that can be 100%. We have everything we need there. So the only thing I'm just going to put the plate at the end. So just going to open the oven there because we need to start removing everything. Just getting our plates. Okay, so if I can start with our roasted potatoes, which are going to take pride at the end of our lovely display. Then I am going to remove our sausages. Just gonna put our sausages together before I actually remove our steak. Be very careful when you're doing this. Definitely the foil paper is going to be hot.
Mom,
Yes, my lovely. Yes. You can have this.
No, I don't want to.
It's nice and warm.
I like only sausages that are cold.
Oh, okay.
Like these sausages.
So there are our sausages. So we had our lamb sausages. I hope you're able to see that. So all done, well done. So we're gonna have our sausages there, and then I'm going to go ahead and start removing our steak. And our steak are going to take pride just next to the roasted potatoes. Okay, so this is the first portion of our roasted steak. Have to be very, very careful when I'm actually doing this because of the oil. Remember, I put a little bit of oil in there, so I have to be very, very careful when I'm actually removing them out of here. I'm giving them a little bit of a shake and just laying them all down there. You can use the juices that are coming out of the steak if you wish to. I'm putting mine on the side because you can sprinkle that on your steak if you wish to. Again, be very careful when you're doing this because it's really, really hot. So that's our steak. You can be, I'll show you when I'll put this closer for you to be able to see our lovely onions as well. Then we have our last one. Just making sure we have enough space for the other two that are left in there. Okay, so these are our last two. It looks really nice and juicy, which is really nice and great because that's exactly what we wanted to achieve. So that's the last one.
Mom,
And this is what I'm going to do.
So my neck feels a little bit better.
Tell Tanya to give it to you, please.
I've already put the drink.
Okay. So what I'm doing now, remember the little juices that were left on our pan. I'm just sprinkling that on our steak. So it's sort of like garnishing it basically. You can either do that or you can go ahead onto one of the lovely juices that were left on the foil paper, and you can do that as well, sprinkling it all through there. So that's done. I'm gonna move that away. I'm going to move our roasted potatoes. Just gonna make sure that I move this so that we can have everything together on this one surface rather than having one thing on the other end. So there we go, and I've actually put down everything that we've done today. At this further end, we have our roasted potatoes that we've roasted in butter and goose fat. Then we have our steak lump, so steak lump chops, and we've garnished that with a little bit of olive oil and some red onions. And then we have our lump sausages that have mint and garlic spices in them. And then last but not least, we have our salad, which has cucumbers, lettuce, chili, cheese, olives, garlic, carrots and parsnips, and a little bit of olive oil to garnish it with a sprinkle of salt. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to turn our camera around as we normally do so that you are able to see what we've actually achieved today. Then I'm going to move our potatoes at the end so that we can have a plate at the end so that I can serve our dish for today for you to be able to see before we end our video today. So just bear with me. I get the camera, turn it around for you to see what we've done today. Before I do that, normally people always like to make their steak look really pretty. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So you need one lemon, and you need your lemon in slices. So you can just go ahead and lay your slices of lemon at either end of your steak. And this is just to garnish the steak and actually to make the steak look really delicious than the way it is. Ours is definitely delicious because I'm going to turn the camera now for you to be able to see what I mean exactly. Okay. So if we start at the farthest end, there is our lovely roasted potatoes on goose fat and butter. As you can see, they are definitely done, and they're coating because we roasted them with their skin, so they really look really nice and delicious, and we've definitely achieved what we wanted today. Then right next to it is our steak. We have our lamb steak, and there's a lemon as a garnish on the side, exactly what I was trying to show you guys. And if I put the camera closer, you can be able to see our lovely onions and the sprinkle of a lovely juice from the steak when we were cooking it, and also covered it from foil. And then our next on our pride of joy is our lamb sausages with mint and garlic as a spice inside, and we've just grilled those ones in the oven for a few minutes. And last but not least is our lovely salad. There you go. It looks really delicious, and it has, and as you can see, I'll just name the things you'll be able to see. We can see raisins, cashew nuts, we can see cucumber, we can see olives, we can see spring onions, a bit of cheese there, and we can see some lettuce, and we can see some rockets as well. That's what we've used today on our salad. So if we go back again, just slowly, without me talking much, for you to be able to see what we've actually achieved today. As you remember, we had a bit of interruption, but that said, we've still managed to make our dinner, and we've actually accomplished what we wanted today. So this is really great. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to put back the camera. Usual, before I forget again, I'm going to take quick pictures there, and then immediately after that I'm going to put our plate at the end so that we can serve our dinner. So you can see it on the plate, and you can also have the same idea of how you can actually serve it. So if you just bear with me for a second. Okay. Okay, There we go. So definitely those pictures are going to be there on our page this evening, and it will just show you the pictures of what we've achieved. And again, moving them closer on this other end so that I can turn you around for you to be able to see my lovely plate. And we are definitely having some we're going to have some prosecco with our dinner today, which I'm going to bring it up in a few minutes after I've put in our lovely serving tray at the end there. Just give it a quick clean up. Okay, so we have moving everything around so that we can have our plate. Today we're just going to use our lovely black plate there. Again, we are still enjoying our serviettes. So we are still doing our Christmas mood, our Christmas joy. As we said, we're not going to get rid of them. We're going to use them until when we completely finish each one of them. So I'm going to use them at the end there to put our cutlery, and then I'm going to go ahead and start serving so that you can be able to see what we've achieved today. So I'm going to go with my roast potato. Just going to go with a few of them. Then I'm going to go with our steak. Just one piece, that's great. Then I'm going to go with our sausages. You can have one, or if you wish, you can have two, but I'm just going to put one as well. And then we're going to serve our lovely salad. Okay, I know most of you are thinking, it's a bit too dry. What are we going to have it? So, if you feel that the dinner is really, really dry, you can have a little bit of sauce on the side. Or you can have, I'm going to show you what we normally have with our food, like our Sunday roast most of the time when we make it. We normally have it with some cranberry sauce, and I'm going to get some cranberry sauce now. And that's the red, lovely garnish you're going to see at the end of my plate. And that's what we normally have it with. So it's not really dry. Or if you wish, you can have either any type of sauce you want. You can have some ketchup if you want. If you don't want to have some ketchup, you can go ahead and make some gravy. I think I showed you some time back how to make gravy. You can be able to do that and have it with the gravy as well on the side. Or if you don't want gravy, you don't want any type of sauce on it, remember you still have your garnish from your steak. You can just sprinkle that all around your food, and that can also act as a gravy, or as if you want something really moist around your food, you can have that. So for today, we're going to have our cranberry. So we're going to have a little bit of our cranberry. I'm going to show you what I mean. So there we have, there you go. So that's the cranberry. And I'm going to have a dash of that right on the side of my plate. And that's the kind of garnish or sauce I'm going to use. I'm not going to put any other things on my plate because I feel that's actually enough, and that's it. And to complete this, if you bear with me for a second, I'm just going to rush out and bring in my prosecco because that's what is going to go with our dinner today. Okay, there we go. We have our martini prosecco. That's what we're going to have with our dinner today. I've just brought in one of the glasses, and that's our dinner served. So what I'm going to do next again, I'm going to turn you around for you to be able to see our food that we've just served, so that you can also be able to achieve this. You can either have this with Prosecco if you wish to, or you can have it with red or white wine, or if you're not a wine person, you can definitely have it with either spirits or any brandy or rum, whatever you want to drink. You can have it with some water, some juice. It's up to you what you want to have your dinner with. Yes, Tyler?
Can I have a little place on my neck feels better?
Yes. So,
On my math or another game. Another game to make me feel better.
yes. That's my Tyler. He's just convincing me that him playing a game on the computer is going to make his neck feel better, because he has a problem with his neck, because he's been banned to play on any game, because he's had enough of it, so he has only a few hours on it. But now he's convincing me that if he plays on the game, he's going to feel a little bit better. That said, let's just turn our camera and see what we've actually achieved today. Okay. There we go. So there's our dinner, and that's our lovely Pride and Joy. That's our Prosecco there. And there you go. At the end of our plate, you're able to see the cranberry sauce I was talking about. It looks like a blob, but it's actually really, really rich. And there's our cutlery as well. And our lovely Christmas serviettes still going strong. And if I move closer, you can see our lovely salad, our sausage, and there is our steak, roasted potatoes, cranberry, and last but not least again, our lovely Prosecco. Okay? Okay. So I think that's it for today. Let me just put the camera back again. We're getting there. Almost there. Okay. So thank you very much everybody for watching today's video. I'm very sorry about the interruption we had earlier on, but that said, don't worry, you're not missing anything. We have our Sunday dinner part 1, the one we were interrupted. It's on the page already. You can go ahead and click that and watch. And this is going to be our Sunday dinner part 2. You'll be able to watch this. We already managed to open in one of our YouTube channels now. It's just called Scotch Kitchen. I'm going to move this video onto our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to subscribe onto the channel, and you'll be able to have access to all the videos. You can click as many times as you want, and you can watch them as many times as you want as well. The main reason why I was advised with many of you to open a YouTube channel is because I was worried about how many videos I can have on Facebook, because what's happening, I think when you reach a certain limit on Facebook, they start deleting, or they say they're storing your videos for you. I don't know where they store them, so I can say thank you very much for the people who suggested the YouTube channel. It's working well so far. I'm learning a lot on it as an individual. I just hope and wish you're going to take your time and subscribe on the channel and and keep on watching the videos. It's because of you I'm here doing this, and I hope you're learning a lot, because I'm learning a lot myself as an individual and as a person. That said, I hope I'm going to be able to do another video in the course of the week. I am going to definitely let you know way in advance if I'm doing one and what I'm going to be preparing. And that said, I might, because I'm going to show you what I normally carry for my my quick lunches. This week I'm just going to be on salad and on wraps. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve that really, really quick, because I normally prepare them the evening before. I don't do them in the morning. I normally do them at night, wrap them nicely in foil paper and put them in the fridge ready for tomorrow. So when I'm in a rush leaving, I just go in the fridge, pick up my wrap, and that's it for the day. I'm going to show you how to do that in the course of the week. I hope I'm going to be back in time before you actually go to bed, most of you, because by the time I'm back, most of the people are already in bed. Not to worry. If I do a video, if you're not there live, it's not a problem. As I said, you can either find it on Facebook or on YouTube channel if you subscribe on Scotch Kitchen. Thank you very much again, everybody. What I can say, do have a lovely, lovely, lovely week. I'm going to have one too. Bye-bye.